taking a leap of faith. I suppose a lot of us, when we attempt to do things, the first thing that may come to our minds is some sort of fear on some level. And that fear could typically be fear of not being able to accomplish the task, fear of the fact that if you do the task, will it achieve everything that you hope to set out it to achieve? That fear could knot you up in your stomach where you just lack the belief that you are able to achieve something. I want to touch on this topic because what I've discovered recently, yet again, is not being able to overcome that fear and having that leap of faith and taking that leap of faith prevents many of us, and I've been in this category many a times in the past, and sometimes I can fall into it very easily where I start self-doubting myself. Am I able to do this goal to achieve my full potential and to therefore achieve my goals? And it's really important to address this. I think being able to recognize that we can all have this fear is the first step. If we can recognize it, then we can slowly start conditioning our minds on how to overcome that barrier. And I think Nelson Mandela once said something along the lines of, "The brave man is somebody who can overcome their fear and not let it stop you." And I think that's really, really critical in how we perceive this concept of fear. I've said in my previous clips how fear can be a motivational driver for us. But more often than not, we kind of forget that and let that fall to one side and allow our fear to overtake us to such an extent where we just don't achieve what we need to achieve because of that one fear. Being able to recognize that fear and then sort of practicing how you can overcome that. So, for example, if it's a sort of voice in your head that keeps on telling you that you're not good enough, you're not good enough, you're not going to achieve this, then doing those small steps around positive affirmation and telling yourself that you are able to achieve that is going to help. If you recognize that you need a little bit more than that, a push, then that's when maybe we can go out and seek a mentor or a coach so they help us sort of keep on track and stop us from falling into that never ending cycle of self-doubt and letting that fear take us. But so the first step is to identify that we are having some sort of fear as a hurdle. Secondly, identify what are those practical, very tiny, small steps that we can take to help make sure that we avoid falling into that cycle of self-doubt and having this fear all the time. And then to be consistently doing that. So that's the third step. These are very three small things that we can all do so that we can have that leap of faith in whatever we put our minds and hearts to and to be able to achieve our goal. So just try those three things. Identify that you have the fear in the first place. Identify, secondly, what those little tools or support mechanisms you can have around you and in place to help you from falling into that cycle of self-doubt and fear. And thirdly, keep on practicing that. Keep on doing it consistently as many times as you possibly can. The more you do it, the better you will get.